What you're looking at is the power of cast iron. We love cast iron. We grew up with cast iron. Our grandmothers cooked with cast iron, didn't they? But the cast iron that they cooked with had to be seasoned. You had to baby it. It may have been rusty in certain areas, let's be honest. It was kind of hard to deal with. You certainly couldn't put in the dishwasher. And it was kind of, it gave you the great heating distribution that you wanted, but it really was kind of tough to deal with. That's not what this cast iron is. You still have that great heat conductivity. You still have a pan that when it heats up, it holds the heat. But this is nonstick, if you can believe. Cast iron and nonstick, it's literally the best of all worlds in one. And you are getting it in a 4.5 quart nonstick cast iron fryer with the lid. So, couple things there that you probably haven't heard before. 4.5 quarts, which is the largest that we've done. With a lid, most cast iron fryers do not have a lid, yours does. You are getting the ability to put this on any stovetop surface. You can even put the pan and the lid in the oven. Yes, you can do all of that. And when it comes time to clean up, you clean it up because it's nonstick. It's that simple. It even comes along with the silicone, easy to hold on to silicone handles for the buffet handle and the long handle because it's cast iron. It's got a little bit of weight to it, okay? Just like what you would expect. But when it's hot, it holds that heat. So it's so great that you have a chance to have those silicone pieces. Now, these are our final 3 colors. You've got your choice of rose, this is teal, and this is sage green. We started off the day with over, what was it? About 26,000 of these. We're down to our last 1,500 of them, and then that's it. So I wanna make sure you go ahead and get yours. $29.99 is the price. We've got it on FlexPay for about $10 to get home, and this will be the final full presentation that you are going to see of our today's special. Now I'm gonna head on over because it's not every day that I get a chance to eat and cook right along with the chef himself. Chef Shahir Massoud, so great to have you.
It's smelling good in here,
oh my
right?
God, it smells so good, I can't stand it.
Isn't it better to be in studio again?
Yes.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you too. And I see you're cooking up some of our favorites, chicken steak.
Chicken steak, so we're talking cast iron, but our special Kitchen HQ version. This is our Kitchen HQ cast iron fryer. Number one thing you gotta talk about with cast iron is searing. Because when you talk about skin on chicken, steak, fish, veg, you want that sear. And with cast iron, look at that skin on chicken thigh, right?
Yes.
Perfect, even color. There's no spots of brown. It's all even coloration. And in cooking, we call that the Maillard reaction, that caramelization. So many times when I hear my chicken, my steak, my veg never tastes as good as the restaurant.
Right.
That's why, right?
Oh, that's the secret.
This is the secret. And the fact that ours is non-stick.
Yeah.
Never worry about skin on chicken or fish sticking again.
Oh my
So you
gosh.
get that even heat and the non-stick.
Okay,
unbelievable.
Let me share with you, I'm gonna give you updates throughout the presentation, okay?
Ooh.
If you want the teal, this is gonna be the one that goes first. We only have 200 left in teal. If this is the one you want, definitely call us. We have about 400 left in the sage green, and then the rest is gonna be in the rose. I see that steak you just flipped over.
Can I show you these ribeyes? Look, that is the crust. The real deep golden sear. If you try and achieve a sear like this in like a plain old pan, a stainless steel pan, you're never gonna get that deep caramelization. This is steakhouse steak, cast iron, even heat. And I wanna show you something. Check this out. I'm gonna take out the steak real quick for a second.
Okay.
We've got that deep sear. And then we talk about non-stick is so cool for cleanup. And I'm gonna show you that in a sec.
Okay.
But it's also great for picking up those brown bits after a sear.
Yeah, that's the flavor right there.
That's the flavor right there. So here's what I'm gonna do. Those brown, beautiful bits after sear, let's deglaze. A little bit of wine.
Okay.
It's smoky, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's what we want, right?
Yeah.
And in an old school cast iron pan, and grandma's cast iron, something acidic like wine or tomato is the enemy. With ours, it's no problem.
Okay.
It can handle the acidity of wine, of tomato, white wine, no worries. So deglaze with a little bit of wine, put a splash of cream.
Oh my goodness.
This is now like that red wine pan jus, that pan sauce.
Oh, yeah.
The best thing to pour over your steak. Tamara, you're gonna love this.
Look at that.
Let it bubble away and reduce.
And that's it, in the same pan.
Same pan.
That you seared the steaks in.
Yep.
And I don't know if you can really tell there, but this is a nice deep pan too.
100%. You know, this is 4.5 quarts.
Yes.
So as we go through all the different recipes, you're gonna see how we're going to sear, how we're gonna braise, how we're gonna steam and poach. It comes with the lid that allows us to do that. So that lid and that depth of our fryer makes it so versatile. It's a non-stick pan, it's a fryer, it's a braiser.
Oh, let me tell you real quick, if you want this teal, 150 left in teal, and then we say goodbye to that one, okay? If you're just joining us, it is a 4.5 quart non-stick cast iron fryer that comes with a lid that can be used on any stovetop, that can go into the oven. Even the lid can go into the oven.
Nice.
You're gonna cook any and everything in this. This is better than the way Grandma did it because it's that same even heat, it's that same amazing sear, but it's easy cleanup and easy to use. You can even pop this in the dishwasher if you wanted to. But I think the cleanup is gonna be so easy you might never have to do that. What do we have here?
Okay, so check this out. That beautiful chicken thigh that I got a real hard sear on. I got some peppers in here, some capers, sun-dried tomatoes, a little bit of stock. And then what you can do, take this lid, add a little tomato. We talked about that acidity, right? You don't have to worry about acidic things like tomato and wine. Put it in to your Kitchen HQ fryer. That cast iron has got all the benefits of non-stick and all the benefits of cast iron, even heat. And then the lid. That lid helps you see what's going on, but it's trapping that moisture. So we're basically braising those chicken thighs. They're slowly cooking, getting tender. And I love braising because you take those inexpensive cuts and make them something spectacular. I'm gonna bring that up. And we can take a look. Here's my pan sauce now. The red wine has reduced.
You can feel the heat on that. That's what cast iron does. It gets it to temperature and it holds that temperature.
And it holds the temp. That red wine has reduced beautifully, and watch this. So we talked about non-stick, getting up all those brown bits in the sauce, but now, for cleanup,
nobody's ever been able to do this with cast iron. Oh my gosh.
Are you kidding?
You are cleaning. You're not scraping. It's not rusty. It didn't have to sew.
We're good. Like, we're good.
This is so good.
You
Let
know?
me tell you, our final 50 of them now left in the teal. So we're soon gonna say goodbye to teal. And the other two colors are rose and sage. They're all great. I don't want you to miss out. Clearly, this is gonna be our last full presentation of our today's special. And now is your time to go ahead and get it. This is $30. I can't believe it.
And everyone should have a cast iron pan in their rotation. There's no substitute in terms of how hot it gets, how it retains its heat when we're frying, when we're baking, when we're roasting, searing. I'm about to show you poaching even. Like, it's unbelievable. Let's talk poaching. Over here, I've got some tomatoes, some peppers, some onions, spices. Can you smell this, by the way?
Oh my gosh.
There's cumin, coriander in here. I'm about to make the brunch of your dreams, okay? We're gonna crack eggs right into the tomatoes, right into the peppers, into the spices. You could put chorizo in here. This is traditionally a Middle Eastern dish called shakshuka. So you're gonna poach these eggs in the tomato sauce, and that 4.5 quarts with that capacity, look how many eggs we can fit in here. So if you have a brunch and you got 6 guests coming over, I'm not taking orders like, you know, for each person, right? I'm doing this big batch shakshuka.
Oh, this is so good.
Serve it with crusty bread that people can dunk into. And because the colors are so stunning, you can do this and put it right on the table, right?
Of course.
Serve it in the cast iron.
I mean, look at this.
Because I think they look chic.
How many did you do? I lost count. 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, come on.
I mean, I know.
I could put 12 in there.
You could easily do the whole dozen there. Let me tell you real quick, teal is gone, okay? Goodbye, teal. We still, the next one to go is going to be this sage green.
Love that.
And then we have the rose for you as well. But this allows us to do those, make those dishes that remind us of home, that remind us of our family favorite recipes from when we grew up, and we're doing it where you still get that flavor and the texture.
100%.
But it's, again, the ease of use. That's what we're talking about. Ease of use and ease of clean. I see clams going
Clams
in.
are happening.
Oh my gosh.
Look at
what
this.
do we have here?
Okay, so I'm gonna make you one of my favorite pasta dishes of all time, linguine vongole.
Oh my God.
Okay. Clams, white wine, linguine. You could put parsley, a little chili. But right now, let's start it off. We've got the clams, a little bit of white wine.
Yes.
Okay, now put it on your heat. Again, I mentioned, our cast iron, you don't worry about acidic things like wine or tomato. So we put the white wine in, and then that lid that you can see through what's happening. I can watch and see when the clams are ready, when they open, without opening the lid. Right?
Okay,
so
right.
you look inside and see when the eggs are ready, when the chicken is ready, when the clams have popped open, and when they pop open, oh my gosh, you're gonna see the flavor from the wine. We're gonna finish it with the pasta. You can see now without opening my lid, but I'm gonna open to show you.
Okay.
That's already coming up to temperature. So now we're basically braising that chicken and all that flavor, all that tomato, the peppers, the capers. So delicious after a hard sear on that skin.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what I love about this? It's holding the temperature.
Yep.
It's even temperature, even
temp.
along the sides, because the cast iron is all the way around. It's not just a heating plate on the bottom.
That's right.
That's why cast iron holds the temperature so well. Just so you know, with everybody on the phone, fewer than 1,000 of these total now to go. Our today's specials are supposed to last all day. It's not all day yet. This is gone. This is almost gone.
I'm going to the beach. Like, I'm good. We're cooking, we're eating, and we're out of here.
That's right. And you know what? If you're at home, you're cooking, you're eating, you wipe it clean, and you're done.
This is the thing about cleanup, by the way. I find when you know that it's hard to clean up a pan, you don't reach for it, right?
Very
when
true.
you know cleanup will be easy, you start cooking without fear, without, you know, I'm gonna show you a cheesy pasta bake.
Okay.
Watch this.
Okay,
And you won't worry about the cleanup after, okay?
Oh, and so remember, oven safe. No worries there. And it's oven, whether the pan as well as the lid can go into the oven.
And check this out.
Ooh.
It comes with the silicone handle to protect your hand, right? So that's super cool when these are on the stove or you're pulling it out of the oven. You can touch it.
Yeah.
And you're good. You're not burning yourself, right?
Oh my gosh, 250 left in sage if you want that one. Oh, this is fantastic.
Isn't that great? So you protect your hand, but let's talk about a cheesy pasta bake. You could pop it under the broiler, which I did to get it super golden. You can bake this off, and look, pull out a cheesy, this is a lasagna roll-up that I made for you. Check it out. And if something like melted cheese and tomato sauce isn't sticking to the bottom,
look at
then
that.
nothing will.
Oh my God.
So I know, I had to double check.
That's
It tastes good.
That's when you know it's good. When you hear the chef saying, yeah, that's
Look,
exactly how.
nothing is sticking to the bottom, so I don't worry about cleanup. You can feed a crowd.
Yes.
Thank you, Tracy. You can feed a crowd. Throw your potatoes in here, your cheesy pasta bakes.
Right.
Look at the quantity, that 4.5 quart size.
Yes.
And the height is amazing.
Can I take a taste?
Please.
This week? Just so you know, I want to give you a quick update. The sage is getting limited now, as you can probably imagine. We have 230 left in sage, and then we say goodbye to sage. We have about 600 left, fewer than 600 of these now left in the rows, and those are gonna be your last two choices. If you haven't picked this up yet, please do what over 24,000 people have already done today, and that's get their cast iron, non-stick, fryer with the lid that's 4.5 quarts, because chef, my mom to this day she uses a cast iron that she's had since I was a kid, but it's thinner and it doesn't have the buffet, the helper handle there. It's rusted, if I'm honest.
For sure.
It's not non-stick, so it's a soaker for sure. This is so much better. This is technology at its best.
I almost don't know if there's a reason to have those old school cast irons anymore. And I feel bad saying it because I know there's like family heirlooms out there. This is the next family heirloom, and it feels like it.
Those old ones, those are nostalgia. Hang those up.
Hang it
on the rack,
but then you
use this one.
That's like more of a museum piece now, right? This is the cast iron of today. I bet you those old ones don't have the spout. You notice that I poured the sauce right out of the side spout. They don't have the cool colors. And we have all the advantages of classic cast iron, but a non-stick, easy clean. You get the silicone handle. I don't know why we have the old school cast iron. Isn't that good?
It's so, and it makes me a better cook too, doesn't it?
Well, this is the thing. You know, you need the right pans, the right tools to cook in the kitchen. Let's talk about risotto.
Okay.
If ever you've made risotto in a tall kind of stock pot and it comes out to stodgy mess, you need space. You need that 4.5 quart size to really move around the rice and let the rice release its starch naturally. That's how you get a creamy, beautiful risotto. I promise you, in a restaurant, we're not making a risotto in a skinny little pot. We're making it in a big surfaced cast iron like that, letting the rice move around. So whether it's rice, risotto, pastas, clams, braising, we're gonna talk about frying and baking in a second.
Yes.
This is like an all-arounder, and once you throw in the lid as well, it's a game changer because now you can capture steam, you can poach, it can go to the oven. I've got a huge pot roast in there. It's so versatile, it's beyond just a fryer.
Right.
It's anything.
It's so, and you listen to me, I'm like, this is so good. I'm listening, but I'm eating because this is why it's so nostalgic to us, because the food is so good, and it maybe will open up some of those recipes that you haven't made in a long time because you needed to make them with cast iron. The fact that it's easy for you to carry, because it's cast iron, it is gonna have some weight to it. But you've got two handles, the front handle or actually, the front and the back handle. So it's gonna be easier for you to move around, even when it's filled with food. Let me just share with you, 4 minutes or sell out. We've got fewer than 100 now left in the sage green. And then just about fewer than 500 now left in the rose, and then that's it. I don't want you to miss out on this. This is the thing, you don't want to miss out on this.
You need a cast iron in your kitchen.
Yes.
Okay, Father's Day coming up. And you know what Ty taught me? Ty gave me a good tip.
Oh.
Ty puts his on the grill.
Oh, yes!
And uses it as a pizza stone, basically. So because a cast iron gets hot, stays hot, keeps its heat, it's a perfect pizza stone, perfect for deep fat frying, perfect for braising, perfect for steaming. We poached the eggs. We've baked off our cheesy pastas. Perfect for baking a cornbread.
Oh, that's what my mom, that's what I think about
this.
when I think of cast iron. My mom would always make cornbread, because she said it wasn't real cornbread unless it was made in a cast iron.
There's a reason. Your mom knows, all moms out there know, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why stuff like cornbread and fried chicken, always in a cast iron. Let's talk cornbread first.
Okay.
Baking in a cast iron gets you even, perfect color. So think about it. It could be a coffee cake, it could be a cornbread. We're heading into summer. Cobblers, crumbles, stuff like that gives you even color, even heat. If ever you bake something and you had spots and not even, cast iron.
Cast iron.
Cast iron.
Let me
is
tell
the
you
way
real
to do
quick,
it.
you may have noticed the risotto in this sage green is gone, because sage green is now gone. For sure, we will definitely bring it back.
It disappeared.
We only have it now in the rose. And again, we brought in rose because that was feedback that you said you love to cook and you want something beautiful when you're in the kitchen. So we do have them in rose, and I know that a lot of you are calling in. Please do not miss out on this. You're gonna cook, you're gonna braise, you're gonna sear, you're gonna bake, you're going to fry.
You're gonna fry, and the reason why, hey, good run.
I love it.
I like that. The reason why you fry in cast iron is because your oil temperature stays the same. If you fried something, whether it's fried chicken, fried fish, homemade donuts, whatever, and you notice that the oil temp has dropped, it's because it wasn't cast iron. That will not happen in your cast iron fryer. Your oil will stay the same temperature, and that is so key, because if your oil drops, that's when food becomes greasy. It drinks up the cold oil, right? If ever you've had fried chicken that's crispy and not greasy, it's because it was in cast iron.
It was in cast iron.
That's the way to do it.
And that's why we love it. I mean, look at that. Do you see how easy that is? It's holding its temperature all the way around. So you don't have to get everything to the middle in order for it to cook right.
Exactly.
Because no matter where it is in that pan, in that 4.5 quart fryer, it's going to cook evenly. You can see that our clock is almost gone. We've got 350 of these remaining in the rows now only. You're going to get the fryer, you get the lid, you're going to get the silicone handles, one for the long handle and one for the buffet handle up front, and it's about $30. That's it. You can get it on FlexPay for $10. This is that handle that even when this is hot, even when the cast iron's hot, this is it. So take it to any stovetop, take it to the oven, Put it in the dishwasher if you want to. I don't think you will need to because you can just literally wipe it out.
Yep.
And use it and cook and enjoy being back in the kitchen.
Listen, being in the kitchen with tools that are easy to use, easy to clean, makes it enjoyable. And you reach for that pan more. You use it more. So whether you're simply cooking up a couple eggs, or frying a bunch of chicken, or poaching, or searing, or braising, you're gonna reach for it over and over again. I wanna show you the pot roast I have.
Okay,
Huge pot roast.
Let's see it.
Check
I know these
this
are
out.
almost gone. Don't miss out. Oh, wow. That's big.
This is big. I've been saying this all day. Clear out. This pot roast.
Pot roast coming through.
Is the size of my head.
Oh.
Okay. This is a big pot roast, but it's important because look at this.
Oh my
With the veg,
gosh.
with the potatoes, and we're talking braising here, just like with the chicken thighs. We love to braise because you're taking inexpensive cuts. You're taking pork shoulders, short ribs, a big pot roast, and turning them something tender.
Okay,
beautiful.
You know what? If you're not on the phone, if you're already on the phone, stay there. We're counting you in,
Ooh.
but we're calling this one sold out. Oh,
Look at that.
My gosh, that looks so good. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for all of your calls. We're gonna send these right on out to you. I'm so glad that you were able to pick this up. We are, Chef is going to have something else for us coming up a little bit later on in the show. So we'll give you a chance to go ahead and get that. But I wanna invite